Hello, today I am going to share a story with you, a story I've learned from Zaina, a young girl who lives in Gaza, Palestine. The story is called A Faithful Cloud. Kan Yamakan Fikwadimi Zaman. Once upon a time, there was a little flower, a flower who drooped. She wilted in a small garden. And a little cloud floated above that garden and saw that little flower, her head hanging. Oh, little flower, why are you so sad? I need water. I have none. The faithful little cloud remembered the little flower as she floated on. The little cloud came to a mountain, and over the mountain she rose. And beyond the mountain, there were heavy clouds, big clouds, full of rain. And they asked the little cloud, "Oh, little cloud, why are you so sorrowful?" Beyond the mountain, there is a garden where there is a little flower who needs water, but I'm too small. We are great. We are heavy. We are full of rain. Oh, said the little cloud. Will you help? Of course, said the big clouds, but we need the wind to carry us. The little cloud floated on until she came to the wind. Oh, strong wind, she said, will you help? Will you push the great rain clouds to the little garden where there is a little flower who is wilting? Of course, said the wind. I will help. And the wind blew, and the wind was strong, and the wind blew these heavy clouds full of rain towards the garden. But between them and the garden, there was a mountain. And when these big clouds reached the mountain, oh, they crashed onto the mountain, and the rain fell, stormy, mighty, and the water flowed down the mountainside towards the garden. But the garden was a little too far off, and the streams did not reach the little flower. And the big clouds were no more, and the little cloud was sorry. Ah, and I do. A small bird fluttered by. Little cloud, what's wrong? And the little cloud told the story of the drooping flower, the great rain clouds who were no more, and the kindness of the wind, and the bird listened. The bird asked the little cloud to tell him exactly where the garden was, and the small bird fluttered down to the fast-flowing streams that had been filled with rain, and she scooped up a few drops of water in her beak and flew off, beating her wings as hard as she could towards the garden. And when she reached the garden, there was that little flower, her head drooping. And the bird flew down and dropped some water around the flower. And the water soaked into the ground. And the little flower, oh, that is refreshing. And the little bird flew back all the way to the mountain and scooped up a little more water in her beak and flew back, beating her wings as hard as she could, never giving up until she returned to the garden. And some more drops of water around the little flower. who now lifted her head and smiled. And the bird returned again and again, and soon the little flower was strong and healthy, and the other little flowers around her were shooting up. The little bird came again and again. The little bird did what she could, and the little flower was no longer alone and stood among many happy, bright, colorful flowers. The little flower was grateful, grateful to the little cloud, grateful to the little bird, grateful to the kind wind, grateful to the heavy rain clouds. All of them together made it possible. We can do so much when we help each other and stand together. Remember, Palestine